What's going on, everybody? We're back here in the garage working on some 455 parts. You can see behind me, I got dual action chem dip going on here. Get that job done faster, twice as fast. Things look pretty clean. I just went to my machine shop yesterday and they're almost done with my other 455, and I brought him the heads from the Tornado motor. Heads, 2 intake manifolds, and some other stuff. So he's gonna get the heads done first. We had to order up a set of valves because they were too pitted. Get those heads back, put this Tornado motor together as fast as we can. Not rush it, but you get what I mean. And get that done and off the engine stand so the other 455 can come in and take its place. I also picked up a nice set of exhaust manifolds yesterday, relatively cheap. I'll show those to you in a second. There we go. This is what we started with. And this is what we ended up with. Not bad. All my junk in the parts washer. So another day, another dollar spent, I guess. I got tired, went to bed, so I did get all the pistons cleaned up on that counter though. Got to chem dip a few other things. All that junk in the parts washer. I got to clean all that stuff up. We got the engine sitting back there. I got to open that up. I might try and clean that block today, but I figure while everything's sitting in the chem dip getting cleaned, I can maybe get these Camaro louvers outside and start sanding on them. There's the side panels right there. So, and then Dad's is outside floating around, working on the wagon and working on the riv. Power door lock button stopped working in the riv. Fix that. Contacts were just dirty. And then his power seat switch in the wagon is not working, so that's nagging him a bit. It's finally warm outside-ish. It's like maybe 60 degrees. Not much changed. Haven't done anything with the Camaro yet. Got the rusty riv. And then the dragon wagon back there. I want to show you guys that there's WX exhaust manifolds I got. We just had our 40th year anniversary of our 3 Mile Island nuclear plant meltdown here out in Middletown, PA. Figured I'd keep the newspaper. Thought it was pretty cool. Well there you go. Look at these. We got some Z's and an X. I bought these off of the same guy that sold me the 2 motors. And I'm pretty sure these probably came off of a 442, possibly a Hurst Olds, but I doubt it. But they are factory dual exhaust manifolds. There's no crossover pipe to fill on the passenger side. Usually on the passenger manifold, there'd be an open hole down here where the crossover pipe would run from the driver's side, would loop under and plug in over here. And if you want dual exhaust, you got to find a way to plug this hole shut. Well, I don't have to worry about that anymore. What I should do is I should crack these date codes on here and see exactly what car this came from and what year. I don't know if they both came off the same car or if it's a mismatched set, but I'm happy with them. And I thought it was pretty cool. I'm going to keep the Tornado intake for his engine and put those manifolds on. And by doing so, if anybody happens to know what they're looking at a car show, they'll go, oh, okay. That's a Tornado motor. It's got C heads. Look at that. WX manifolds. Alright, it's not just some homebrewed slapped together 455. It's like they went out and picked all the best stuff they could. Oh, alright. We'll be right back. I am just all over the place multitasking jobs today and yesterday and the day before. But I pounded the best of this dent out that I could with a hammer and dolly set. I think it came out alright. I even put the little lip on it in the end. You can see right here, it flows right into this. I rolled it the best that I could. So now, since these are all flaking, paint's flaking off all over the place. I'm gonna try some of this stuff. I picked this up for like, I don't know, 15 bucks. Or it was like 13, but we're gonna try this out and see how it works. That's about 5 minutes. It says to let the stuff stay on for 15 minutes. I might just throw another wet coat on it and let it go for another 15. Stuff works pretty good. Yeah, as you can see, it works pretty good. And I didn't even have to scrape on it because I'm not going to use metal on this aluminum. But I will lightly go like this once it gets started. Well, this one's here. We'll start with this one. You can see it just pulls it with it. You can't even hear it making contact. Let's go check it out. Finally got the hood tack put on the wagon. It looks pretty good. Unfortunate for you guys, there's no installation video. This job took way longer than it's supposed to. I'd say it took us about 4, almost 5 hours. It was me, Chris, Tom, my dad. You can see where we were gonna put it. Drew on there with a marker. I gotta scrub that off. And it turns out the bracing, the X brace that goes into the hood, was in the way. So that didn't happen, but I think it looks much better in the location it's at right now. It sits slightly left to this, the steering wheel, and it lights up really, really bright at nighttime. I've never known anybody that has a hood tack on their car, at least not a GM hood tack. Let's see. There's 12 o'clock on the steering wheel, and there's where it sits. It's funny, it actually gives the illusion that the hood's longer than it is when you're driving this thing. We were driving it at nighttime last night, and it was pretty cool having that thing lit up out there in front of us. Every time you power it up, it goes through a quick cycle right to 8 grand and back. As I was saying, there's no installation video on this tack job. The hardest part was getting this thing to fit. We had to cut the 4 1/4 inch hole in the hood, and that wasn't hard. The hard part was the 2 studs that go through so you can screw it on. You got to drill a big hole in the center and then 2 small studs. And then there's like nuts that would go on the threads. It was impossible to get the threads to go through. They had to be just perfect. So there's a lot of fabrication involved. And then it was just a simple wiring job. But let me know what you guys think. And I know somebody in the comments there is going to be thinking to themselves, who the hell in their right mind would put a hood tack on that wagon over there when they could have been putting it on this Skylark right here. But it just didn't happen that way. My dad drives this thing every day, and we're putting that 455 in it, so why not make the car you use the most fun? Here, just goose the gas. Great success.